Hi, this is Sue Jackson of the Book by Book blog, and I'm here today with a tag video, the Behind the Booktube tag. This was originated by Shellyish, and I was tagged by Melinda at A Web of Stories, and I will include links to both of their channels down below. So question 1, what has surprised you the most about Booktube, both in a good way and in a bad way? Well, I would say on the good side, definitely the community and the friendships that I've made. This wasn't completely unexpected for me because I've written originally three, but two blogs for the last more than 17 years. So I knew there would be a community because there is in the blogging world as well. I think the fact that we're talking to each other and you can see more of a person's personality makes the booktubing world even more prone to that sense of community and even friendship. I just this summer discovered doing a buddy read with Nikki at Red Dot Reads. That's just one part of it, but this has all been, just a wonderful experience of joining this new community. I started my Booktube channel in February 2021, so I've been at it for about 2.5 years. The other part of that question was what has surprised you in a bad way? Again, because I have blogging experience, this really shouldn't have been a surprise. But the time involved, and it's exactly the same as with blogs because it takes time both to create your own content and to visit other people's channels. The time constraint is just always something I am bumping up against and struggling with. Question 2, how do you balance reading and Booktube with the rest of your life? Well, reading is easy. That's just a part of my daily routine, an integral part of my life. I have a chronic illness, so I do have to nap every afternoon, and I go to bed relatively early. So I read every single day before my nap and before bedtime at night. No exceptions. It's just a part of my daily routine. It's how I relax. Booktube is, of course, harder to fit in but it has become a part of my schedule. I know that I'm doing too much, but YouTube is something that I really enjoy. So with YouTube, and I'm saying YouTube instead of Booktube because my channel has more content than just books and reading. I alternate content between videos about books and reading and videos about chronic illness and sometimes travel in the outdoors. So I've got a mix of things. So on my channel, I have kind of gotten into a pattern, a routine of posting new videos on Tuesdays and Fridays. Usually do a Friday reads. Occasionally I will just combine that in with another video on Friday, but usually there's a Friday reads video. And then on Tuesdays, I alternate between chronic illness content and book content. Question 3, have you ever thought about starting a Patreon? I absolutely have. It's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. So for me, as much as I enjoy doing this, making videos and connecting with other people here, it is a part of my business. I'm self-employed. I'm a freelance writer and an author. This is my second book. So my blogs, my YouTube channel, social media in general is all a part of my business. I am certainly not earning a living at this. My chronic illness really limits how much time I can spend. But I'm trying to earn some money to help support my family. YouTube is a part of that business, and as much as I enjoy it at the moment, it does not contribute to my income at all. I am thinking about Patreon. especially for the chronic illness side of things, because I have invested a lot of time and effort into research and writing about chronic illness topics, and particularly about effective treatments for my disease, which most doctors don't know how to treat. So I feel like I am providing a valuable service, and so I would like all of this work that I'm doing to be supported a little bit more than it is now. Question 4, have you made any mistakes on Booktube? Oh, I am just about all I do is mistakes. You don't see them because I do a lot of editing, but I am constantly making mistakes. Occasionally my chronic illness gets in the way and I have trouble with word finding. So you don't know this because you only see the edited version, but there are times when I will either say the wrong thing or get tongue-tied or just sit here staring at the camera for a minute or two trying to think of the simple word that I want. So I do a lot of editing. Question 5, do you have any advice for new booktubers? So I would say, first of all, when it comes to community and building your channel, definitely visit a lot of other channels and comment. That does 2 things. It shows you what the range of content out there is like, and you might get some ideas for your own channel. And it begins to build that community so that people will find out about your channel and come visit. I would also say it's helpful to set up some kind of a schedule. Didn't really have one at the beginning. Newbies should definitely do the newbie tag, but also do tag videos in general, because that's another thing. Even if no one has tagged you, there's no problem with just choosing a tag that you like and doing it yourself. And that also helps you to become more a part of the community. And finally, just be yourself. I think, as I said, your personality comes through on YouTube, and that's a good thing. It's and it's nice to get to know people. So, don't worry about being perfect or being artificial. Just be yourself. And question 6, what are your thoughts on the YouTube algorithm? Don't have a whole lot of thoughts about it. As far as what I see when I open up YouTube, I like seeing new content that the channels I follow regularly have posted. That's great. I do wish they'd mix it up a little bit. Show me more content from perhaps channels I have subscribed to but haven't visited in a long time. I would like to see on that front page some suggestions for new channels to follow based on what I've watched in the past. I think both of those would improve things a little bit, but generally it's fine. Question 7A, how do you decide what videos to make? Well, as I said, I've fallen into this pattern of Fridays and Tuesdays. Friday is usually Friday Reads. Sometimes I combine that with something else, like a couple weeks ago, on Friday, I happened to be introducing, it was September 1st, and I was introducing the RIP challenge for September and October. So I folded my Friday Reads into that video. On Tuesdays, I alternate my content between chronic illness and books and reading. So every other Tuesday, I post a chronic illness video, and every other Tuesday, I will post something book related. Often a tag video, sometimes a monthly wrap-up video, or something else, depending on what's going on. For instance, last week was my Big Book Summer wrap-up video. I am also just starting to get a little more into YouTube Shorts. I just learned how to do that in May. I've only done a few. I'm doing that more for the chronic illness side, but I envision doing more shorts that are book related in the future. 7B, are you overwhelmed with video ideas? I would definitely not say overwhelmed. I feel like I have plenty of ideas. There's a lot to choose from. Timing is the bigger issue. Question 8, have you regretted posting a video? No, I really haven't. Sometimes with the chronic illness topics, things get very personal, and I sometimes wonder as I'm posting it if that's okay, but usually the feedback I get is positive. Question 9A, are the number of views, subscribers meaningful to you? I mean, to some degree, because this channel is a part of my business. I would like to get to the point where I can earn some ad revenue on YouTube, because it is a part of my freelance business. I enjoy doing it, so I want to be able to support that. Beyond that, the numbers are meaningful in terms of, particularly on the chronic illness side, in terms of reaching people. My goal with the chronic illness videos is to connect with people. That's true of the book videos as well. But on the chronic illness side, I am also trying to inform and help people to learn more about their own illness, or perhaps the illness of someone that they love. And so from that perspective, it's very important to me to reach a larger audience. 9B, are the number of views, subscribers a measurement of success? I think I pretty much answered that. Obviously, success is more than numbers. It's the connection that's most important to me. Question 10, are you disappointed by the growth on your channel? No, it's been steady since I began. Certain things will give it a boost, and that's always nice to see. But generally, it's fine. I am occasionally surprised when I see somebody, a video of someone saying, they've been doing this for 6 months or a year, and they're already up over 1,000 subscribers. That's impressive. But yeah, I'm fine with the steady growth that I've had. Question 11, have you ever thought about quitting Booktube? No, I really haven't. Even though YouTube's been around for a while, I do think that video is the kind of up and coming, doesn't sound right, the more modern way of connecting with people. And since connection is a big part of my business plan and my personal goals, then, I foresee staying on Booktube and YouTube generally for a long time. 12A, what are the most touching comments? Anything personal, anytime you connect with someone and you can see that in a comment, something that's not just generic, but really notices something in particular you said and comments on it. That's always touching. In the chronic illness world, no question, when you can see that you've actually helped someone, that is absolutely the most touching and meaningful kind of comment I can get. 12B, what are the most negative comments? Haven't really had any of those. I guess I'm lucky in that respect. And finally, question 13, in regards to Booktube, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So, first of all, thinking about my life in 5 years, things I think are going to continue to change and evolve for my husband and I. He just retired less than a year ago, October 1st last year. And so we want to travel a lot more. We have a camper. We used to love traveling with our camper. As the kids grew up, we started as empty nesters, still traveling, though a little closer to home. We were caring for my husband's father for 8 years. He was in his own place, but we were close by. And as the years went on, we didn't want to leave him for very long. So between the pandemic and his worsening dementia, the last few years have just done like weekends, a few days here and there, generally close to home. This June, we did get out for a 5-day trip in the Catskills, but that's the most that we've done since 2019. So we very much want to get back on the road. When our kids were little, we used to do 3-week-long road trips in the summer. It's a long story, but we're looking at maybe getting a different kind of camper for a longer road trip. So we'll be looking into that this winter. So over the next 5 years, we hope to be traveling a lot more. I hope to keep my health relatively stable, though that is constantly changing. The ups and downs are very unpredictable, which is part of why we didn't do as much this year as we wanted to. And also our 25-year-old trailer needed repairs twice this year. So as my life changes in that way, and I expect to be on the road more, I am envisioning running my business, my freelance writing from the road. On the writing side of things, I definitely want to do more travel writing, and I am working on that. I'm constantly developing pitches and sending them to magazines and websites. And so the same is true from YouTube. I expect to be doing more of my videos from the road. We'll have to, set up some kind of Wi-Fi in our camper in order to do that. I expect my videos to incorporate more travel, more nature and outdoors. Don't worry, the book content's not going anywhere. That is a passion of mine. So there will always be book content, but it might be an integral part of a travel video or a camping video. And I've done a little bit of that on our trip so far, but I expect to be doing more of that. So hopefully in the next 5 years, definitely still on YouTube, more travel, more outdoors, with plenty of books and reading and chronic illness content as well. So that's the Behind the Book tag. I am tagging 2 channels. I chose channels that I already subscribe to, that have lower number of subscribers and could use some views and some comment love, and that I haven't been to in a while, even though I really like them. So this is also encouraging me, as I said earlier, to get back to some of these channels that I subscribed because I enjoyed, but haven't been to recently because of that algorithm probably. So I am tagging Reed Becca and Beth Ann Bruninga Sokolar. I hope you will visit their channels. The links are down below. And if I didn't tag you, but you're interested, please feel free to do this tag. Let me know about your booktube habits in the comments down below.